Third part is, whoa, nobody's here. It's us, and who are you? And, you know, he looks at me and goes, you're not that 18-year-old that was gaga on me. And I'm looking at him going, okay, you don't quite look the same as you do. I got a little bit of that in me, too. Right. Things change, you start going, oh.
Yeah, Ikwan, it's Robo the Rebel back with another video. Today's video, going to take a look at Sonya Curry and the Red Table Talk. The signs were clear when she visited the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith of her coming divorce with Dell Curry. Not sure if he saw this, but the red flags were here. But before we get to the video, even a smile is charity, so go ahead and give your brother Sadaka. So, as I said, Sonya Curry visited the Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk with Ayesha Curry, her daughter Sindel, and the fiance of Seth Curry. And the signs were clear here. This is 2019, but the signs were clear that she was pretty unhappy in the marriage, and that most likely it was coming to an end here. The signs were out here. Not sure if Dell Curry saw this, but let's go ahead and jump into the video and see what Sonya Curry has to say here.
Standing with our men.
Right.
How many years have you been married?
30 years.
Wow. 30 years, because you know I'm on 21.
Wow.
You can make it.
Look at Jada. Look at Jada Pinkett.
It's possible.
Yeah, you know, I mean, our partnership, we don't even really call it a marriage anymore. We call it a partnership. We're life partners. We're in a different stage of our union. I know that unions go through many stages.
Yes. I met him at 18.
Yeah.
I've been with him since then. So to go from 18 to now being 53, you're like, who is this person from 18 to 53?
Yeah. Pause right there for 1 second. This woman says she's 53. Right? Let me tell you something. You don't look 53.
That's right. Every year,
No,
it's
keep
better
going,
and
keep
better
going.
and better and better.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. I didn't want to stop. Go ahead.
You know, in each stage, different things fuel the marriage.
Right.
And there's different types of commitments at different levels. So
There you
my first
go.
commitment was more, you're committed to the person because you're in love.
Yes.
The second one, you're committed to the family.
Family.
Because you got to build this, and to some degree, you're committed to kids. You know, when you're going
Yes.
through bumpy times, we got to think about our kids. And then the third part is, whoa, nobody's here. It's us, and who are you? And, you know, he looks at me and goes, you're not that 18-year-old that was gaga on me. And I'm looking at him going, okay, you don't quite look the same as you do. I got a little bit of that in me, too.
Right.
Let me pause the video right there. So she's saying he's not the same. He doesn't look the same. Both look actually pretty good. I mean, she still looks pretty good. She's still in shape. You know, she's not a bad-looking woman for 53. You know, and he's looking pretty. You know, he still looks pretty good as well for his age. But you know, I know you guys have seen the pictures of the guy that she did choose. And, you know, so if she's talking about Dell Curry doesn't look good, you know, it's something else. So she said he's not that good looking, but you obviously didn't choose the other guy, Steve Johnson, the white guy, for his looks. You chose him for some other reason. So, but that was a point right there to say, okay, I'm really not happy and so forth in this marriage if Dell would have saw this. And this is the same Red Table Talk that Ayesha Curry got a lot of flack for, saying that she wanted male attention and she was kind of jealous of Steph getting, female attention. But we're not going to focus on Ayesha Curry. She caught her heat back then, but everyone overlooked Sonya Curry at this point during this time. But let's keep going with the video.
Things change, you start going, oh, okay. You look at that and you're like, who are you personality-wise?
Right.
And what do I now want to do with me in the time that I have? And it's challenging. There can be some real rough times in that.
Would you say that you rebelled against being...
I did.
Yeah, you
I
rebelled
mean, there was
against
a
that
point
life.
where it's like, I don't want to be Sonya Curry. Like, I have a
Yeah.
thing where I made my goals, and it was like, be financially independent, da-da-da-da-da. And ironically, I was never financially independent and always was Dell Curry's wife.
There it goes. That financially independent, that independency. That I just don't understand why women want to be independent and get married. Is it a societal thing that says they should be married, but they want to be independent? How can you be independent but come into something that is actually like a partnership? Not just a partnership in terms of you have to. Um, collaborate with someone to get something done, to build a family. It's going to take teamwork, but it's always, I want to be independent, I don't want to be this guy's. Well, you married a guy that was going to the NBA, which you knew, obviously, because they met on a recruiting trip, I think, when she was 17 or 18. And you understood that this guy has potential to go to the NBA, so he's going to be a pretty good uh, provider financially. So let me get it. Let me hook with him. But now it's, oh, I just don't want to be Dell Curry's wife because you've been under his shadow the whole time. That's the same problem Ayesha Curry has with Steph Curry. And it's probably even worse for her since Steph Curry is a bigger player, or a better player, and a more impactful player, and a more well-known player than his father, Dell Curry, was. So Ayesha Curry is probably going through that even worse than Sonya Curry was. But it's always this independent thing, and she was a little rebellious. I just don't want to be his wife. These are the signs were here. I don't know if Dell Curry saw this or what happened, but it wasn't a shock, once we saw this. But like I said, everyone focused on Ayesha Curry, but Sonya Curry, she tipped her hand on this red table talk as well. Let's keep going.
It was like I was spinning my wheels, just trying to be a little bit of cankerous and just rebellious, with it. But
I think I've been that throughout my whole marriage.
Yeah,
You
you
definitely
have.
pass it down to your kids. You can say it like that.
And speaking of that, it always cracked me up with Jada Pinkett, how she would just brag about how Willow Smith would check her father. Like, who is Willow Smith to tell her father anything or try to quote unquote check him? It makes no sense. And Jada Pinkett would, she delights at that, yeah, she got that joker straight. She had to check him. I've heard a few times, and I think it might be in this actual red table talk later on in the video. But it's just weird how they're bragging about being cantankerous and rebellious. These people are not that good to get along with, apparently. That's what it sounds like to me, because I don't, anyone that describes themselves as cantankerous and rebellious, keep them far away from me. And this is a lesson for brothers out here. When women are talking about this, and I like to check people and get people straight, say assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you, I'm gone. Let's keep going with the video here. Let's see what else she has to say.
That's so interesting. You just, a light bulb just went off in my head. I'm like, that might be your situation, Jada. Just pure rebellion. Ayesha, what would you say is some of the best advice you've received in regards to managing what comes with being a partner to, I call, a spotlight athlete?
Well, first of all, I think we've
Oh,
all
okay, yeah,
been.
that was the end of the video. So, yeah, so and a lot of people made a big deal about, you know, Steph Curry siding with his mother over his father, Dell Curry. When Dell Curry came back out and said, "Oh, hey, she's been cheating with this guy," and he kind of put Sonya Curry on blast. Was that a weak move by Dell Curry? Sure, yes, it was a weak move by Dell Curry, right? To out her. Just whatever you got to do, whatever it's gonna be, just go ahead and move on. I mean, Dell, you're still Dell Curry. Even if you didn't have Steph, Steph Curry as a son, you would still be Dell Curry. So I mean, you can go out and get a 30-year-old Sonya Curry right now, and it not be a problem, you know. But that was a weak move by Dell Curry to say, "Oh, she's been cheating on me too." You know, she never outed you. If you cheated on her, all those years while you were at Charlotte and you know NBA player and you know pretty good in the spotlight, pretty good player. You know, if you were cheating on her, man, and she ever caught you and knew about it, she never outed you. So for you to come and say out her at this point, when clearly you know the relationship is over, that was a weak move. You know, Dale, just go ahead and suck it up and keep moving. I mean, she raised three kids. I mean, you got two NBA players. You got the daughter was, I think, some, if not a professional volleyball player, she was a good college player. You know, so I mean, you got everything that you know. Y'all raised a family together. You don't have to be together for the end of your life, man. You can go and find a younger version of what Sonya Curry used to be. You know what I mean? So it was a bit of a weak move for Dell Curry to do that. You know, but Sonya Curry, it was the writing was on the wall here. But like I said, everyone focused on Ayesha Curry, but Sonya Curry let it be known here on this Red Table Talk. And I'm telling you, man, fellas, if you ever have a brothers, if you ever have a wife going to the Red Table Talk, understand your marriage is probably gonna be over soon. You know what I mean? Because going into that Red Table Talk with someone like Jada Pinkett, you know, the stuff that she's known for at this point, that I don't go on, you know. Let's take a look at this guy. Okay, this guy here. This is the boyfriend that she said Dell Curry didn't look that much, or Dell Curry ain't the same good-looking guy, whatever. Dell Curry looks better than this guy. I mean, let's just call it what it is. This guy has on the Bass Pro Shop hat, but clearly it's the substitute. It's a substitute for the MAGA hat. I believe. You know what I mean? I believe to let people know without knowing, I don't have on the MAGA hat, but I have on a red hat. You know, the maggots and Donald Trump popularized wearing red hats around with sports jackets and suits and so forth. So that's what that looks like. I wouldn't doubt that he's one. I mean, rich white men tend to be Republicans, so it wouldn't shock me. You know what I mean? So here's Sonya Curry flirting at looks like it was a Golden State game. She's up in the skybox. Guy grabs all over. Dell Curry looking salty. I mean, brother, you know, pick up your bottom lip, man, and find you a new lady, man, that's younger and got her head on straight, man, and keep it pushing down. You know what I'm saying? And here's the picture that we've been seeing of this guy, Steven Johnson. You know, the guy has money. She obviously didn't go for the guy for looks. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. You know, she's still an attractive woman that you know he can show up somewhere and she can still turn some heads at 53. She's gonna look better than a lot of the white women that's gonna be at any of the events that these guys may attend. But you know, we got to look for the red flags, fellas. You know what I mean, brothers? It's the red flags are out here. You know, if you're in that later stage of marriage and you know you're about to become an empty nester, you know, you and your wife either if you plan on stand with her, because obviously you know women get bored easily. You know, you guys find something to invest your time into. It isn't just about grandkids or kids or what have you. You guys find something to do together. You know, and you know, fellas, this also teaches you one of you know another thing that a lesson that we can learn out of this is that the woman that you choose to be a wife, she should be content with being bored. Marriage can be a boring life, especially when you have children. You know, marriage can be very boring. It's repetitive. You know what I mean? Day in, day out. Taking care of the kids, school, work, school, whatever it is, you know, business, work, school, the old same, you know, until you get a chance to go on vacation, whatever, three, four, whatever times a year. Life is going to be very repetitive, and a woman has to be content with that. Can't be this woman that's, you know, still wants to go, and I have to be hanging out in the streets, and I gotta be, you know, I still gotta be, you know, clubbing and so forth. You know, the woman has to be content with that. It can't be this. I gotta have my own shine because you know The woman is supposed to be on your program. She's supposed to back you up, and not, okay, I'm gonna be out here getting shine, and I want my own star to shine bright. It's a problem with Ayesha Curry. That's why so many people are saying that Steph's next. All the stuff that he tries to do. She's a businesswoman, blah blah. He financed it. We know this. To give her something to do, but yet and still she's going to turn around, and it's most likely going to be the same thing. I don't wish anything bad on him, but you can see the signs a lot clearer with Ayesha Curry. She's from a different generation than Sonya Curry. Sonya Curry's from that generation. At least they will try to stick it out, and they didn't seek the spotlight as much because she's she's near my age, or I'm near her age, I should say. We didn't grow up with social media. Ayesha, Steph Curry, these guys are growing up with social media. I mean, she has to be out there. She went from being a modest woman. Oh, I only save my goodies for my husband, and women on social media were blasting her for it. Then she turned around, and now she got to post pictures up in bikinis and twerking and so forth. So she's out there seeking that attention. That's one of the main factors to stay away from in women. If they're very vain and they need to be seen and they want attention, brothers run for the hills. You know what I mean? It's going to be problems later. I don't care how good she looks. It's going to be problems later on, brothers. So those are my final thoughts. Dell Curry should have saw this coming when she went on the Red Table Talk. It's not a good look for people when they go on the Red Table Talk, man. We saw Will sitting there like the biggest mangina simp ever, sitting up there supporting his wife, admitting to when she cheated on him. And Sonya Curry and Ayesha Curry basically let it be known what their intentions are, and how they're unhappy. Dale should have saw this coming and just kept his mouth shut, and just kept it pushing, man. Those are my final thoughts. Ma salama, ikhwan.